Hello, everybody. My name is Prabir, and I take great pleasure in welcoming you all. In this session, we'll talk about how QRadar SOAR UX, that's the new guy, Unified Analyst Experience, can transform your organization's security posture. Our agenda today will guide us through key topics and discussion. We'll discuss the problem scenario and explore how SOAR addresses the problem. We'll also cover QRadar SOAR followed by QRadar SOAR UAX and a quick demo. Now, if you see, security leaders are overwhelmed by a barrage of cybersecurity technologies, the shortage of skills, and a need to respond more quickly to advanced threats across an ever-expanding attack surface. Now, what is attack surface? An attack surface refers to all the possible entry points that a malicious actor or /hacker could exploit to gain unauthorized access to a system, network, or data. If I could give you an analogy, an attack surface is like all the doors and windows in a house that a thief could use to break in, right? Now, as a result, the security teams are struggling to adapt their operations quickly enough to ensure effective detection and response to incidents in their environment. Some of the key barriers made even more challenging with limited staff and expertise include poor visibility across an expanding attack surface that leads to blind spots attackers take advantage of, disconnected tools not routinely maintained and scanned leads to attackers increasingly living off the land. Living off the land is a kind of cybersecurity attack technique where the attackers use native legitimate tools within the victim's system to sustain and advance their attack. Outdated and noisy, ineffective manual detection methods also allow attackers to easily bypass protections. Security complexity continues to grow with the expanding threat landscape, growing attack surface, volume and severity of alerts, and public cloud adoption, all contributing to the urgency companies are facing to modernize, right? So let's imagine, your security operations center or the SOC operations as a waterfall model, right? So if you can see on top of the waterfall, that is the SOC, stands for Security Operations Center. At the top of the waterfall, a vast amount of water representing security alerts continuously pouring in. The waterfall itself, which is having multiple layers, each level represents a manual step in the incident response process, like alert received, manual investigation, threat analysis, containment actions, remediation, and reporting. What's the problem? The waterfall approach is slow and error prone, meaning each manual step creates a bottleneck, slowing down the overall process. It depends because there will be various analysts working on the different levels or different stages of an incident remediation process, right? So it depends on the skills and speed and quality of the investigation that the analyst purges. So you cannot assign every incident to a single analyst. That's nearly impossible, right? So entirely, this manual step may create a bottleneck, slowing down the overall process. Human error also during the investigation or response can lead to missed threats or ineffective containment. Let's talk about the QRadar SOAR functional architecture, as in how QRadar SOAR addresses the problem, the growing incidents that is pouring into the SOC, and to match the speed or to match the response speed, how you can use SOAR to address those problems. QRadar SOAR functional architecture can be described in 4 distinct pillars. One is use cases, the amount of use cases it caters to, core capabilities, extensibility, and deployment models. As a platform designed to streamline and enhance the incident response process, some typical use cases for QRadar SOAR include, threat intelligence integration, where the platform must integrate with threat intelligence feeds and a variety of tools for collecting and analyzing forensic data across the IT environment. Another important use case covers the creation of customized workflows to streamline cross-team collaboration and communication during the incident response, ensuring that all stakeholders are aligned and tasks are executed efficiently. The platform must be able to prioritize security alerts by analyzing their severity and relevance. Also, another crucial use case today covers the support of privacy regulation worldwide, allowing security teams to integrate privacy reporting tasks into their overall incident response playbooks and work together with privacy, HR, and legal teams to help them address regulatory requirements. For example, in the case of a data leak, right? So what kind of data has gone out, whom to report, which team to coordinate with, right? All these things, do you need to notify any government entities? What are the data? Which geolocation the data belongs to? Which company the data belongs to? What kind of, regulatory bodies are involved? All those things have been given to you on the platform. Finally, the platform can automate compliance-related tasks, such as generating reports, documenting incident response processes, and ensuring that security controls and key performance indicator, those are KPIs, are consistently measured across the organization. The core capabilities revolve around the three major aspects of case management, orchestration, automation, and enrichment. QRadar SOAR case management sits at the root of the core capabilities, allowing the security operations team to create, progress, and eventually close out security incidents in an organized fashion. Case management relies on orchestration and automation to dynamically alter details in the case management process based on the use case and the type of progress during an investigation. Incident visualization supports team members to more easily navigate often complex collection of case-related artifacts and other details. Playbooks are used to define responses to incoming and changing events to your cases. The playbook designer is a tool where you graphically design your conditions and subsequent activities that define the conditions to trigger the playbook. The breach response capabilities contains the privacy database and the breach notification rules. It generates data breach compliance tasks in your case when personal information is exposed. The database includes breach notification status and laws, regulation, trade organization bulletins, and guidance documents, and so on. Extensibility is the third pillar in the functional architecture. You can extend QRadar SOAR to address additional use cases across a wide range of IBM and third-party integrations that are available through the IBM Security App Exchange. We cover this in more detail later in the presentation. Threat intelligence feeds, such as from the IBM Security Experts Exchange, provide another important external source of data that allow valuable context to be added to your cases in real time. QRadar SOAR supports two distinct deployment models: on-premises as a service. Cover this in more detail later in the presentation. All right, now let's talk about the important characteristics of the QRadar SOAR extensible functional architecture using the IBM security and third-party solutions. As we mentioned before, you can extend QRadar SOAR to address different use cases across a wide range of third-party integrations. First, we have IBM validated and supported apps that have either been produced by IBM or our technology partners. These apps have been through extensive technology and security testing and are fully supported. This means that clients can raise a support ticket with either IBM or the relevant technology partner in the event of any problems. Second, there are community apps which are community developed either by customers, business partners, or IBM services organization. Typically, these apps are simpler, often designed to perform a single or a small number of functions. The community apps have also been through functional and security testing, and typically support is delivered through IBM Security SOAR community, not through the IBM support ticket. So let's have a look at some examples. So first, again, we look at the IBM validated and supported applications. In the escalation space, we find apps that collaborate with SIEM ticketing systems, intrusion prevention or intrusion detection systems, UBA, user behavior analytics, or data loss prevention systems, right? So these are the apps. So if you go to the Security App Exchange, on top right of the screen, it has been given whether the app is supported as a part of IBM support. If you encounter any problem during the app integration, whether you can open up a ticket with the IBM support or not, that is clearly written on the app information page on top right on the IBM Exports Exchange. All right, so let's move on to the next slide. QRadar SOAR functional component architecture endpoints, automatic escalations. So how you're going to, how SOAR consume the alerts that is being generated by different systems like SIEM, EDR, any security solutions that is capable of generating alerts can be, those alerts can be forwarded or sent to SOAR so that it becomes an incident, and based on the type of response plan that is designed on the platform, right? Auto remediates or it takes a particular workflow towards the resolutions or remediation process. How do new cases or incidents enter the QRadar SOAR platform? What happens to them once they have been created? So, well, data entry in general can be manual or automatic, right? The manual approach is implemented using the incident wizard, where you go to the portal, which guides an analyst through entering the incident details, reviewing the recommended action based on those specifics. The incident wizard can also help you to put together an incident response team. Your playbook designer can create and customize this wizard as well. Everything mostly is customizable. Data entry by email can be both manual and automatic. For example, the SOAR platform supports receiving emails such as from a phishing threat service. Playbook designers can design playbooks to process these emails and automatically generate incidents from the emails, right? For example, let's say we take an example of laptop stolen. You have been given a laptop from your company, and then you are out on a tour, and then somehow you lost the laptop. That is not something where any system can send an alert stating that hey, this employee's laptop has been stolen or something like that. You have to report it manually, right? Because you only know your laptop has been stolen. So you write an email to the incident inbox designated for the SOAR, where once the SOAR sees that email or receives that email, it can trigger a response plan based on the type of incident, in this case laptop stolen. Automatic incident creations and enrichment can be achieved using many available SOAR platform extensions available on IBM Security App Exchange, including SIEM, EDR, ticketing systems, and many more. For example, QRadar SIEM may have observed and collected evidence for targeted ransomware attacks on high-value assets in an organization. After creating an offense in QRadar SIEM platform, consolidated information is sent to QRadar SOAR platform using the IBM SOAR QRadar plugin, and a new incident is automatically created with the proper incident categorization ransomware based on the collected evidence. Now that incidents have been created in the SOAR platform, the next steps include progressing, escalating, and finally closing the incidents. QRadar SOAR is designed around 3 major incident response modules, covering security actions, first module, security, action, and privacy. These are the 3 modules around which the QRadar SOAR has been designed. The security module is built upon a well-known open industry standard, such as NIST and SANS, organizational SOPs, and community best practices. This foundation is used to present and document content and data fields for SOAR cases, artifacts, attachments, and many more. Action module empowers the automation, enrichment, and mitigation activities within the QRadar SOAR. When you deploy QRadar SOAR as a part of the QRadar Suite Science or AWS on QRadar software, we'll talk about this in upcoming slides. The action module captures the integration, okay? Whatever the SOAR plans to communicate with any of the third-party integrated solutions, it has to go through the action module. The action module comes into picture. Now, the privacy modules, all the logic and capabilities around privacy and breach-related content and workflows. It is also built on well-known organizational SOPs and contractual obligations. So these are the 3 modules. Now that we have covered all the QRadar SOAR active functional components, it is time to look at the organizational dashboard and reporting capabilities. Some of these reports and dashboards are designed to be used during active case investigations to help tracking with the incident, timeline status, and current team utilization. So these are the different dashboarding and reporting capabilities. So I'll just talk about a little bit about the collaboration and infrastructure. It is important to understand how QRadar integrates into your overall IT organizational structure, which includes the collaboration and infrastructure aspects. The ability to create workspaces, groups, and roles in QRadar SOAR, which can be staffed with team members who are focusing on specific tasks based on their job profiles, allows for productive collaboration between different people throughout your organizations. For example, this way, a security analyst will only see security-related cases, whereas an IT management analyst will only see deployment-related cases. That's how you contain the roles of the analyst. Infrastructure integration is crucial for QRadar SOAR as it must communicate with many services that are distributed throughout your organization's IT deployment. To achieve this, you must involve additional people during the deployment phase to assure proper communication channels between QRadar SOAR and other applications by utilizing correctly configured network and application setups. Because not one people is, experts in all the technologies. So while integration, you may need some, some help from infra team, or maybe if you're trying to integrate with a XDR solution or any other solution, security solutions, which you are not aware of, you may try to find some help there. The final capabilities, the final aspect of the functional components are the capabilities to allow managed security service provider. You heard it right. So this is the MSSP capabilities, of the QRadar SOAR. MSSP providers to utilize the full power of QRadar SOAR for multiple client organizations. Suppose you have multiple clients, okay? So you can still manage those clients like child organizations from a single dashboard from the parent organizations on the QRadar SOAR. The functional components for the MSSP add-on enable hosting a single QRadar SOAR platform for multiple organizations. while utilizing a centrally managed configuration and dashboard. They include a common configuration manager interface for the MSSP administrators and a global dashboard for the MSSP security analyst, depending on the assignments for the individual analyst. And they will only see and work with their assigned child organizations. So now this is the starts current SecOps, how today's security operations and how IBM points of view on how to modernize security operations. Today's is technology focused, dependent on experts and heroes, proprietary ecosystems, like different disparate tools lying around the organizations for 10 different things, right? Now, modernized SecOps is based on analyst focused, right? That's the IBM point of view on how to modernize security operations. Companies must move from being technology focused to security analyst focused. Analysts today experience information overload due to multiple tools across various interfaces. So you have 10 different tools. Now you have 10 different interfaces. If you want to find something, you have to access 10 different UI to find some IOCs. So if you have integrated, let's say you have QRadar, you have Splunk, you have another security solution, you have CrowdStrike, right? Then if you want to, there is a IOC. So if there is an IOC on the CrowdStrike, then probably you'll go ahead and then log into the CrowdStrike UI and then try to find something relevant to that IOC in and around, right? So these analysts end up having to spend too much time synthesizing data in order to, gather meaningful insights across disparate tools. By focusing on the analyst and delivering a unified analyst experience, that is UAX, organizations can act faster to address threats using higher fidelity alerts and insights with less time wasted switching between screens. What if, so you have 10 different tools, and then I'll tell you, hey, there's this screen from where you can search 10 different tools in a single screen. How is that even possible? All right. So this is how modernize security operations with greater speed and visibility. So this is the new product that you can see on the screen, the evolution of IBM Security QRadar Suite. IBM Security QRadar Suite is built on top of OpenShift, and it's a single stack solutions for multiple security product. What you see, there's the ASM, known for attack surface management, the one that we talk about, the attack surface, also otherwise known as rendery. We have EDR, XDR, we have log insights, we have SIEM, and the SOAR, and then federated access. Let's say on the screen, you're seeing various vendors, right? So it'll meet you where you are. That's how it is. So UAX has the capability to do the search across the vendors. You don't have to go to log into the UI, and if you want to find something, you don't have to log into the UI. You can directly do it from the Unified Analyst Experience UI. So what is IBM QRadar UX? So the new QRadar suite is architected around a single unified analyst experience that has been built in partnership with early adopters to assist the security analyst throughout their alert investigation and response workflow. This can reduce the typical investigations and response time from hours and days to seconds and minutes. Key features of the new workflow include a reinvented analyst experience that unifies capabilities across security solutions, including SIEM, SOAR, and log management, as well as context and workflows across IBM QRadar and third-party solutions. Automated investigation, root cause analysis, and mitigation recommendation. AI-driven alert, disposition analysis that intelligently prioritizes alerts and learns from analyst feedback. Federated search and investigation, enabling analysts to leverage data and insights from all their security tools without moving data around. So the new unified analyst experience is a common set of capabilities for the QRadar suite solution. So if you see, the new QRadar suite streamlines the security operations center with automated and intelligent detection and response, right? So with this continuously updated X-Force and community threat, you get the X-Force expertise and the AI. We'll talk about the AI, how AI actually help you to, investigate the incidents. Respond faster with automation and orchestration. I mean, if there is AI in picture, obviously the speed of the investigation will go up. Automatically trigger smart investigations. At this point of time, with a typical SOC scenario, if we can assume, right? Once the incident gets generated, someone has to, the typical workflow is that, that incident is going to be assigned to a capable or relevant analyst who can work on the attack, who has the knowledge about the incident, right? And then work towards the mitigation steps. Now, what if, there is an AI assistant which could do the same job for you? Analyst doesn't have to do anything. And then they can run through the high fidelity alerts, or then what the AI has recommended. Just go and just check the recommendation and follow that. All the investigations and the routine tasks has been done by the AI. So how it works, run federated searches to data mine across connected systems, checking against enrichment sources and sigma detection rules, leading to an iterative investigation process of using analytics to trace the threat and reassess risk. So we'll do this in the demo so that, it's better to know while showing it practically rather than reading the slides. So another feature is that, so if you ask me, so based on the artifacts that you add to the cases, the investigations will be triggered automatically. If you add a new artifacts, the AI is smart enough to, alert you that new artifacts were found for this investigation. Would you like to reinvestigate again to check for additional findings? Now, this is QRadar SOAR platform component architecture, high-level overview for on-premise deployment. The SOAR application and action model message bus. This is the platform components for an on-premise deployment. Consist of the SOAR application and action model message bus. QRadar SOAR stores all its data and configuration information in a local PostgreSQL database. In addition, it utilizes an encrypted key store to hold encryption key information that is required for external integration and application communication channels. You can deploy your QRadar SOAR platform using a virtual image on a VMware ESX server. So deployment on the VMware ESX server, we term it as a virtual infrastructure. And the deployment on Red Hat OpenShift container platform is the OCP deployment. Browser-based user always utilize HTTP over port 443. Administrator access to the system depends on the deployment platform. For the virtual infrastructure, administrator can use SSH command line access using port 22, while access to the OCP environment can be achieved using either the OpenShift console or the OpenShift command line interfaces. Now, if you see here, you have one side the virtual infrastructure, and or this can be deployed on the Red Hat OpenShift container. All right. So the action module message bus is going to communicate to the app host or edge gateway. If you are deploying SOAR with a virtual infrastructure that is over ESX, you'll have this app host. If you're deploying the SOAR, if you have a SOAR UAX, you'll be needing the edge gateway to host the application. And this is the SaaS deployment. So the previous one is the on-prem deployment where everything was on-premise. This is the SaaS deployment. The main differentiator to a pure SaaS-based cloud deployment is that your organization will not have any administrative platform access to the OCP because all that is maintained by the IBM operations team. Your organization is still responsible to deploy and configure any edge gateways that are required on premises to communicate with local integration. So you need an edge gateway to deploy all the local integrations, because your security solutions, most of them will be reside on the premise or maybe on the cloud. So on-premises integrations will go through the edge gateway. So edge gateway will still reside on your on-premise, and then followed by the pairing with the SOAR applications sitting on the cloud. This concludes our journey into the QRadar SOAR UAX component architecture. UAX lives on top of OpenShift container platform and is not available for virtual infrastructure. So this is the deployment architecture. On-premise deployment QRadar suite software. So the on-premise, we say QRadar suite software, where the first one you have the Reddit OpenShift, followed by the app host or edge gateway, and everything resides in the on-premises. So you'll have the OpenShift cluster on-premise, you'll have the SOAR applications which will go on top of OpenShift. Everything is on-premise. And this is the edge gateway currently available on AWS. So the Reddit OpenShift platform will be on the AWS cloud, followed by the action model bus that is a part of SOAR application only. So that will talk to the edge gateway on premises, which in turn will have the connections to talk back to the security solutions living on premises. Thank you.